Welcome to the Teton Talk podcast with your host Luke Brewer and co-host Jason Byrne. This podcast covers everything sports related to THS and around the state of Kansas. Our first segment is baseball. Baseball is off to a 4-2 start in the season and is 0-1 in league play. Their lone league loss came to the Eudora Cardinals, where they lost 0-5. That game was also their only game where they went runless. Then this past weekend, they went to Sabetha, Kansas, where they played Sabetha on Friday and won 14-3. And then went back Saturday and played Clay Center and won 5-3, which sent them to the tournament championship, where they would lose 10-8 to Topeka Hayden on Saturday as well. They're off to a great start this year, and their home opener is this Thursday against Spring Hill.
I think we did a great job in the tournament overall. I think we need to fix a couple little things and think that we could get the job done on Thursday. We got a tough schedule coming up, so we got to buckle down and get ready for the season.
The next 5 or 6 games are very tough. A lot of 5A and 6A schools in there. The batting has been very well, actually, this year, scoring at least 4 runs in every single game other than the Eudora game. So keeping that up will definitely help the Chieftains. And then to name a couple of returning starters from last year, we returned Merrick Davenport, who was an all-league first team and starter from last year. A second baseman, Brock Gibbs, who was first team all-league last year and second team all-state. And then a couple of other starters is pitcher and shortstop Pearson Eccles, third baseman Talon Langford, who was out for most of the year last year with an ACL injury but played towards the end. And then we also return our catcher, Baron Dorn, and then outfielders outfielders Zachary Marcollier and Jake Marins.
I think we got a very, very talented squad. I think we have just enough seniors to where we have a bunch of leaders in the team and also a bunch of young guys that know what they've been doing, have been playing on this varsity team for a while, and think that we mold together and think we could put up a pretty good season this year.
Last year they won their sub-state and went to the state championship, where they sadly lost in the first round to Rock Creek, who would be the eventual state champions. So returning starters from that team last year is a good thing to have, and Chieftains are very excited and look forward to this great season they're looking to have. Segment is softball. Last season, softball went 12-8, and they're returning a first-team all-leaguer, Kaylin Weehee. The team was pretty good last year, and they're returning a lot of players, and they're having a pretty good start to their season so far.
Softball had their first doubleheader last week, where they played at Turner. They split that game 1-1. I think the girls played pretty good, but I think they are looking forward to playing this week. They got a few doubleheaders again. I think they can get to a good start to start the season.
Obviously, I think they wish they would have swept Turner. But, still coming out of there with 1 win, that is a good thing to have, a good start to the season. But I think they're all looking forward to getting better every week and, being at their best come March and April. Our next segment is golf. Golfers returning 4 regional starters from last year's team.
Those 4 are Zach Fisher, Lachlan McCray, Gavin Reichman, and Wesley Johnson are all returning.
And their first tournament was last week at Sunflower. All those 4 returners golfed in the lineup, and then also Luke McCray and Cameron Winsell, a junior Cameron Winsell and freshman Luke McCray were in the golf lineup, where the team did pretty well. And Lachlan McCray finished second at the meet, shooting a 78. The team was only 2 shots away last year from going to state, and they bring back 4 of their starters, so they're feeling pretty confident about this year. They think they can have a very good season, and hopefully this year the team can go to state and hopefully bring home that state title for the golf team. Our next segment is track and field. We'll start with the boys here first. Last Friday they had their first meet of the year, where they only sent the sprinters, and where Parker Welch placed second place in the 1,600-meter dash. Very good performance from him. And then Jet Gilmore finished first in the 400-meter dash, and Todd Brown finished second in the 100-meter dash as well. Those 3 boys were the only 3 that finished in the top 3 of their respective events. And it was very good placings at such a big and prestigious meet to start the year. So all Parker, Jet, and Todd should be very proud of their finishes. And I know they're looking to get their times down as the season goes on. We also had Kara Johnson placing 5th and 6th. 5th in the 1,600 meter dash and 6th in the 800 meter dash at Free State. A very good start for her to this track season as well. And she will look to get those times down and hopefully be a state placer this year.
For track, I think they have a lot of people that have been doing this for a while. Parker Welsh doing very good, and he's only a sophomore this year. Obviously Jet, Todd, but there's a bunch of people that are coming back. They have their second meet Friday where they're going to bring everyone, including their jumpers, and they are looking back to go to state and hopefully have a very good year.
Oh yeah, they had quite a few state placers return from last season, and I know they're ready to have another exciting and fun season. Segment is girls soccer. They had 2 very close games to start the year. Last week they played Atchison and lost 2-3, and then they also played Baldwin and tied 2-2. They makes their record to start the year 0-1-1. Pretty good start to this year. Wishing they could have brought home one of those wins, but at least they're happening now, and hopefully they can get some wins and start playing their better soccer here on out.
I think that even with those 2 L's, I definitely would have wanted to take a W with one of them, but I think they compete every game and have a chance to go out there and win any game they play at any given day. So I think as long as they keep competing and keep putting things together, they can have a pretty successful season this year.
Yeah, they're also a pretty young team. Their only 2 all-league returners are 2 now sophomores. So they got all-league second team, Eileen Maxwell and Natalie Loving. Both were all-team second team as freshmen, and they both returned this year as sophomores. And the team went 7-8-1 last year, even with their 2 better players being freshmen. So the team is only going to get better, and they're really excited for the great year they're going to have. That's all for this episode. Thank you for listening to this episode of the T-Town Talk, and make sure to come listen to the next episode whenever it comes out.